Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, the 15th of May, 2021, the eve of the seventh Sunday of Easter, on which we celebrate the feast of the Ascension of the Lord into heaven. As I've done it several times in the past, I'd like to share with you an analysis of the painting from Duccio's Maestà, the panel depicting the Ascension, with a description and analysis by Sister Wendy Beckett. The accounts of the Ascension in three of the Gospels, it's not in John's Gospel, and the Acts of the Apostles differ slightly, but the gist is very clear. Jesus gave them a final blessing and a commission, and then rose into the air until a cloud hid him from sight. That's what we see here in this painting by Giotto, who died in 1337. Medieval painters managed, by showing the apostles looking upward, and 2 feet at the very edge of the picture at the top, representing Jesus passing from earth to heaven. Here is a woodcut by Dürer about 100 years later. You can see the feet hanging down from above and the apostles looking up. Giotto is a little more interesting in this regard. Unfortunately, the feet are not very impressive aesthetically, and one can see that this image did not appeal to Duccio. And here is Duccio's painting from the Maestà Alterpiece for Siena, completed in 1311. What Duccio gives us is rather indeterminate. It shows Jesus before he makes any movement upward. He is speaking with that unearthly authority that so riveted all who heard him. It is their word that will convert the waiting nations. It is they, up to now only followers, listeners to Jesus, who are now to take the pulpit and teach others, baptize others, do for them what Jesus has done in their lives. Duccio has Peter and another apostle, perhaps Matthew the Evangelist, holding a book. This small and reluctant group, bunched together for support, is already accepting the need to write down what they have witnessed and to accept this terrifying vocation with the utmost devotion to duty. They are standing very straight, their eyes fixed on Jesus for the last time in this life, and he seems half on tiptoe, ready for that dissolving of material ties in the glory of his Father. Jesus had longed for this day. When he spoke to the apostles at the Last Supper, he spoke to them of being in the world and how he would send them his Spirit, the Paraclete, to do within them what they could not do alone. To believe in the coming of the Spirit is one of his most emphatic messages. Yet an undercurrent to the recognition that they are in the world is the quiet statement made in prayer to the Father, "I am coming to you." Coming to the Father has been the great driving force of Jesus' life. That is where he is at home, and that is where he belongs. He left the Father and all that heaven means, so as to draw us out of our darkness and into his light. But how hard that must have been. Right to the end, his chosen were squabbling about who should be first. One was a traitor, his rock had denied him, and all but John had run away. They were a feeble little band, but there was no more that Jesus could do. He leaves them because they have all they need, and the Spirit will bring it to mind, but they themselves must do it. How God must long to do it for us and make sure it is done, but that is never his way. We are independent moral beings, and if we use the abundance of grace that flows down upon us, we can become what Jesus is, a true child of God, someone who can echo these words, "I am coming to you."